Hi everyone, it's Nancy McNally, and it's time for another single quilt block. Now, if you've been wondering where I've been, I'm filming this actually on New Year's Eve of 2026, so this is 2025. I take a break after the Thanksgiving holiday to Christmas, and then after Christmas, I get started back. So, our quilt block is named Maple Star Quilt Block. Have you ever seen this quilt block? Well, I think it's quite interesting. So let's get started on piecing. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work with our D squares. Now in the pattern, you will find that everything is labeled. I have a block in the beginning of the pattern or an image of the block where they are labeled, all the shapes and the cuts. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a 4-patch out of our D squares. So what you're going to need is 4 from your background fabric, 2 from your Flying Geese fabric, and that's these up here, and then another color that will blend. So let's make this 4-patch. So we're going to go right sides together. You know how to do this. If not, it's really, really simple. And if you make a lot of these, I would recommend strip piecing. All right, so let's get these sewn. You're going to sew 2 for your top row and 2 units for your bottom row. I will finish these up in a minute because we're going to need 4 of these. So let's go ahead and cut this thread. And we're going to press towards that darker fabric. Just follow the pressing arrows in the pattern. And now we're going to go right sides together and make our 4-patch. Now you're going to need to make 4 of these 4 patches. Once you have completed making each 4-patch, make sure you go and check the size that it says in the pattern that these are supposed to be. I will finish making these, like I said, in just a few minutes and get these pressed. So I finished my 4 patches. I'm going to lay these right here, and now we're going to move on to our Flying Geese. And really, so as you can see, I've already finished 3 of the Flying Geese, and I'm using the stitch and flip method. So with the stitch and flip method, for those of you who don't like dealing with triangles, this is terrific. Okay, so we're going to take our B rectangle, and we need 2 of our E squares. Now I've already drawn the diagonal line on my square. So I'm going to place my square right sides together on my rectangle. Now, let me see. I'm going to grab my seam ripper here. So my line is right here, and I have it running from the center down to the bottom corner, diagonally across. I'm not going to begin sewing here. I'm going to begin sewing up here. That way, the feed dogs have something to grip and will not just pulverize the corner. Okay, so let's get this one sewn. So with the stitch and flip method, you sew directly on the drawn line. If you need to stitch, if you're wondering, I am sewing on the Brother Aveneer EV1, and I purchased it from the Carolina Quilt Studio in Greenville, South Carolina. I'll put a link in the description box if you would like to check it out. All right, let's get this one sewn. Once you sew it, you want, oh, you can't see it. You want to trim, I grab my scissors. You want to trim 1/4 inch away from the stitched line. And you can discard these or keep these. And then you flip it in place and press. Let me press this one and we'll do the next side. Okay, so now here's our next one. I'm going to take the diagonal line. Here it is right here. Line this up There we go. And I'm going to begin sewing here and going this way. Again, we're going to trim a 1/4 inch away. Now mine's like a fat 1/4 inch. Doesn't really matter because I'm not saving these pieces. At least not today. All right, now we're going to flip it in place and press. So where the two cross over each other, once I press it, there you go. You should have a 1/4 inch from the intersection to the edge. Okay, so now I have my 4th one. Now it's time, we're going to just sew these 2 squares together. So we're going to sew these together, and you're going to make 4 of these. All right, we're ready to assemble. I'm going to get these pressed. I'll meet you right back here. Let's bring our corner units together first, which are these right here. So you're going to need your A rectangles, of your background fabric, your C squares, and your 4 patches. Next, we're going to join the flying geese to the 2 patch that we made just a moment ago. So you're going to join these, and then we're going to join these first, and then we'll do these, and then we'll pull the rest of the block together. So I'll get one of these made on camera, and then now that I have these 4 made, we're going to join the A rectangles to the top. Again, you're making 4 of these. This is easy sewing. Once you get them joined, you're going to press. As you can see, I have all the units laid out and the block is ready to be joined. So see this fabric right here, the F square? I don't actually like this in there. So I decided I would put this one in here. And I really like the way that pulls it together. But again, if you want a coordinating fabric, by all means, go for it. Now, the pattern does offer an alternate center block, and the information is listed, obviously, in the pattern, and that's to put this unit in the center. Just a little more piecing. It's stitch and flip. I'm trying to decide which one I want to use, and I think I'm going to use this one. All right, now let's get this joined. So as you can see, I have finished my quilt block, the Maple Star Quilt Block. I think it's pretty. It's interesting also. What makes it so interesting is the little 4 patch that kind of rotates around. It gives the block a little movement. And then if you want to do this one, I think that works too. That looks cool. So thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining me today and watching my tutorial on the Maple Star Quilt Block. Hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Take care of yourself, and we will see you on the next one. And don't forget,